Turning to Israel at war, the conflict now in its third week.
And there is not going to be a ceasefire. We have heard about this, and now we know from Prime Minister Netanyahu, the fighting is intensifying. The whole world, in fact, there are a lot of people who are watching as Hamas blamed Israel of bombing a hospital in the Gaza Strip, which now both Israeli and U.S. intelligence agencies agree was not caused by Israel. It was actually caused by a Hamas rocket. But that sparked a lot of demonstrations, a lot of angry protests. NewsNation speaking with a hospital worker in southern Israel saying that their hospital has been bombed 4 times since the conflict began. And our Robert Sherman is on the ground sharing her story. Robert, we're not seeing the same kind of outcry. We wouldn't, a different audience here. Just speaking to the horrors of what happened over this particular hospital.
Yeah, not the same outcry at all, Adrienne. And we were actually the first journalists into this hospital after it sustained its 4th rocket strike. The people here at this hospital are all asking the same simple question. If the world cares so much about not bombing hospitals, why does nobody seem to care about them?
Few Israeli cities have borne the brunt of the war with Hamas like Ashkelon. Every day, the sound of sirens and Hamas rockets echo throughout the southern Israeli air. But nothing compares to that day of infamy, October 7th, 2023.
It was one word, a massacre.
Tal Bergman was here working at Barzilai University Medical Center, a major hospital in town which took in many of those patients injured in the raids.
The floor, it had like huge spots of blood. And I was walking there, and there was blood here and blood there. I had my gym shoes. They're very bright in their color, and they're not bright anymore. They have a color of red.
And since that day, medical staff here have found themselves incessantly in the middle of it. The hospital has been hit by rockets not once, not twice, but 4 separate times. One of them, a direct hit on the children's clinic.
God forbid if children were here.
Yeah,
And they are usually here. I think this is very strong. Come on.
Going.
As it so happened, our conversation with Bergman was interrupted by sirens. Rockets were in the air heading our way. In this part of the country, you have less than 30 seconds to get to shelter. Bergman leading us underground and into the dark, something Israelis know all too well at this point. It concerns me how calm you are after 4 rockets have hit this hospital and you say...
I'm not calm, I just look calm. I'm not a calm person. We don't have a choice. We really don't have a choice.
Minutes later, we emerged and returned to the surface. The pilgrimage from the shelters, an everyday reality.
Like the missile came like this, crossed over, ruined everything, fell here. And this is the OB-GYN department.
This is it right here.
10 meters.
Nevertheless, Bergman says the staff keeps going. Despite seeing things, no one should.
I think it's very hard to understand the cruelty. It's very hard to explain in words. There are no words for this kind of cruelty.
So 4 rockets, all striking the same hospital, all within 3 weeks. And hospital staff acknowledged they can't possibly verify Hamas's intentions, but they do say if it was unintentional, quite the coincidence. Adrienne and Markie?
I don't know that at this point, especially with their brazen actions on October 7th, there's anything that's unintentional about this conflict. But just in light of the fact that you and I communicated over email, some people might be wondering why these missiles are striking this hospital when they have the Iron Dome to protect them.
That's a great question, Adrienne, and that's a huge misconception, is that the Iron Dome is impenetrable. That's not the case. Where we are in Tel Aviv, you've got about 2 minutes from the moment that a rocket is fired to the time that it reaches us here. But in a city like Ashkelon, you have less than 30 seconds. In Sderot, you have about 15. So the less time, the more opportunities there are for those rockets to get through. So the Iron Dome is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, especially in southern Israel.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.